sometimes when the drafts are like, oh, this team has all these really good lanes, they like have to win the lanes. Whereas I feel like Heroic just has to can have a slight advantage or even, and they still are getting what they really wanted out of their draft.
Heroic also expecting a pretty fight-heavy bottom lane. Yuma going with Afterburner. I don't know if secondary strikes just got nerfed or if it's just way worse now, but I think to me at least signals that they're willing to get pretty spicy down bottom in that lane.
I think that's mostly a laning facet, right?
Yeah.
Like you usually get that one when you want to max your Q and just run down the enemy heroes. But the big thing is going to be, I don't know. I think it's just a player preference. I feel like Yuma always has been a player that he really likes being aggressive and able to fight the enemy constantly. So it just makes sense that he's going to go the one to kind of win the lane.
Smoke positioning here. Ward's going to be scouted out. So unfortunately for Wildcard, they're likely to lose that mid lane ward. But they'll dodge out any sort of smoke gank shenanigans, it would appear. Oh, they're going to miss the sentry, actually, just off. They pinged it straight away, though. And then I see a... well, that's interesting. Did Wildcard double block the...
Yes, that's what I was... the Radiant Ancients are double blocked.
Yeah,
by Wildcard.
Speed blocked them. Bignum's also making sure they're blocked.
It looks like they both placed at the exact same second.
Yeah,
like
looks like
at the exact same time. Honestly, stuff like that, it's like funny, and I don't want to say it matters a lot, but in these side lanes, not having sentries is pretty big. I would say even, especially for bots, like not having a sentry to block these camps versus a gyrocopter, which his whole goal in the lane is to push it out and kind of like let his support pull. That's gonna hurt them. And then here we have the mid lane, which again, yes, it is a counterpick matchup for the Shaker, but I don't know, Puck is kind of a broken hero. Every time I see the like health and mana that Puck gets because of the innate ability, like when you disjoin a spell, I get kind of annoyed. But it's nothing too crazy. I feel like this lane, for the most part, ends up being pretty even. I don't think that Shaker has a massive advantage. It's mostly just like you'll win the first few levels and you'll end up maybe getting 3 CS a wave versus Puck's like 2. But even then, when Puck is 5, he'll catch up. So and then bot lane, again, this is the most 50-50 lane out of all 3 lanes. It's Gyro's just going to shove it out, and the Penguin's just going to have to buy an extra set of tangos, which he already did. And he also has the double jump facet, so he's got all this reach and shielding that he needs. Really, the exciting stuff that's going to happen, I think, is going to be top. It's either going to be whether Whisper gets like a really good Eidolon split, probably around his level 3, and is able to just kill Yamson, or there's also always going to be this Batrider aggression that can happen with a good flame break. But again, the other scary thing is that the Batrider has Firefly, so you can go over the touch shard. So it's like it's kind of like a dance up here where both sides have very high damage and a way to kill, but it's always going to be based on whether or not the other guys like kind of go up and give you this fight. A bot though, first one. He has a Lotus. All right, he makes it out. It was a really good read. It was actually really cool by both. So he saw which cog pushed him back, so then he stood in between the two, so he couldn't go through that same path. But then because of that, King Jungle's actually just stood still because he knew that the battle assault was ending, which was pretty cool. I think that a lot of players for either side wouldn't have given you the opportunity to get the kill, but also would have died. I think it's pretty fine though that this game is a bit slow. I would be surprised, or wouldn't be surprised that there's no really kills probably until maybe the 6-minute mark. I think the 6 runes where there's gonna be something mid, either Puck will coil the shaker with a bunch of heroes coming mid, or there's gonna be a big fight around one of the power runes, and then there's gonna be an echo slam. But besides that, both carries are really solid heroes that don't really die and don't really lose these lanes, and both offlanes are relatively strong in the way that they should also not lose their lanes. So this is probably gonna be a bit boring of a game for the first 5 or 6 minutes, and it's a lot about who's able to kind of get more to the lanes. And so far that's been Abba, or not Abba, sorry, it's been Heroic.
The Abba bat duo is going to defend the tower against the eventual pressure of all the
I think they're strong enough that they can sit in front of the tower and tank the damage, and then if they ever get too deep, then they'll just bring in a TP. Because like a flame break into Abba starting to hit you with the passive just means that a Puck TP will kill, a Clockwork TP will kill, even a Pango. At some point, I think Pango really wants to TP to this lane at some point and just go aggressive. So I don't think that they shouldn't lose their tower early. They should really play to hold this tower as long as possible.
Yeah, we're starting to see a lot more teams focus on that, right? Keep that tower, keep that map pressure, stop the offlaner from taking over the game. He's mid. Good aggression, but nice job by Analog to make sure he's going to drag the creeps away from the tower to make sure that first wagon is not going to do too much damage.
Now it's the 6 runes, which there's not really too much for dire supports. I think they're just going to take a 50-50 trade. Which Analog's going to be happy about.
Yep, little regen rune in the bottle for him. He'll get his level 6 up fairly quickly, not too far behind RCY. 26 and 10, so good deny lead, but just a little bit behind here as far as CS goes, nothing too crazy. Other lanes shaking down slightly favorably, I would say, for Heroic, but nothing so dramatic, I think.
Yeah, it's probably like a 500 gold lead at max right now. Let's see, it's currently 700 gold, just about, which in the grand scheme of things is not anything to be freaked out about. Which again, I think Heroic did pick stronger lanes than Wildcard, so this is kind of going just how it was meant to be. And there's gonna be some pressure by Yuma, so he's gonna gate top to try to kick out Yamson, but good read by him, kind of makes it out. And maybe they don't actually have the ability to defend this tower with 4 heroes up here.
Yeah, with the gyro and now the Eidolon setting to work, I think it's going to be a little bit of a tall ask for anyone to try and defend, especially with something like the Tusk standing behind ready to snowball in. Can they make any aggressive moves anywhere else on the map? Yes, Speed trying to make a move there for the enemy Wisdom Shrine. King Jungle's in a position to intercept him, however.
I think he gets it.
Oh yeah, nice flame break.
Good TP too.
Very well done.
So it's double Wizard Runes.
Are you okay?
Ooh, that was a super good glyph by Yuma. I don't know if that was intentional, like if he read that, but it was really, really close to Fade getting level 6 off of that entire creep wave. But he like glyphed as he was jumping.
Just to make sure he didn't get 6 and maybe go in for a Rolling Thunder real fast.
I think because Bignum kind of sapped XP ended up not getting in the 6, but just like kind of that read to know that it was super close to Pango 6. He's going aggressive on you with this like wave that's half health. It's just like cool to see these kind of plays happen.
It is a Pango with the double jump facet, right? Not that Thunder Roll, so he's not going to be as lethal immediately, but a Pango +1 on Rolling Thunder is still pretty much going to kill anything in the early game. So fairly dangerous as Yuma's to find himself a Clockwork. RCY joining over from the mid lane. Just almost a 1-for-1. This guy's fast though. And in fact, he will be able to outfight and outlast. RCY now finds himself a little bit deep on the wrong side of the map. He's got a TP scroll, no more snowball, no walrus punch though from Schofield. So
that's
he
so
goes right
sad.
back over to the mid lane.
He missed the orb on the gyro because he wasn't expecting how fast for Yuma to be, I think.
Speedy with that afterburner helped out Yuma in a tough spot. That Falcon Blade, extra HP, the tread swaps with the wand, everything coming in handy here as speed. Ooh, he's just going to eat the first black hole of the game. I like that from Whisper. Just use it for a quick kill.
I think it's always better to press black hole. Like, I don't want to say on cooldown, but just in general, it's like all these big spells, like Chrono, RP, black hole. It's way better to just click them, get a kill, get a little more map, get more gold, than to just hold and be like, I don't want to waste on the support. Because more often than not, what ends up happening is you get these kills, and it means that you end up not needing it to control the area because now you have more items. Your team has space. Now they have to respond to you. Like the benefits of it usually outweigh the negatives of like, oh, it's now on cooldown. I can't do this or that.
Yep, and then you're going to have more success around the map, you know. And this early on, it's not like not having a black hole is going to allow Wildcard to, you know, get an objective. I say that. Speed. Try to get in here and contest these stacks.
This is the Barrett I was talking about. You see how annoying this is? Like, he just took a random stack camp, like the medium camp, which is his now. And he's out. Actually, wait. Whisper's... He didn't see him. They didn't see each other yet.
Oh, there's a little tree there.
Here's just a little divot.
This little
Now
tree
they see him,
there
now he sees
protected him. So it's hard to hear behind the tree, you know. If that tree wasn't there, he would have easily at least heard him say, "What's up? It's your boy Speed."
You don't think
Instead,
that like echoes throughout the... Like the ground shakes whenever Speed walks?
yeah. Well, that's why
Because
he's
of his
playing the
presence.
flying hero.
Oh, okay. So he has to only play flying heroes.
Right, right. Otherwise,
It's
I
not
think
a-
he's just simply too strong.
That's not a big hero pool. So you're saying there's a chance we get puck support again?
I mean, look, you never know, all right? Baboka, he is a pioneer of our time. He pioneered TB position 4. Don't sleep on that support puck.
Yeah, it looked really good yesterday. I was a big fan.
Gunner certified. He's got that stamp of approval, certified fresh.
I think certified in a different way.
Certified 4 reports. Is
9
Analog
reports,
gonna
hopefully.
Echo slam the camp here? I think so. Does he need to?
No. I would anyway, but... He doesn't want to because he already has his blink, is the thing. Usually when you would echo this would be 2, 3, 4 minutes ago before you get your blink. But if you already have it, it definitely does feel like a waste, especially when there's a power rune coming up at the 12-minute mark.
Yeah, just keeping that for a potential fight. Into a siege mid lane. As Heroic, they will smoke up now around the 12-minute power rune timing. Didn't end up clearing the stack. They've got more important matters to attend to, they've decided. As the Arcane Rune spawns in that top spawn, they're here to try and support the wagon, moving the Eidolons into tank for the wave. To
Coil and
come in. In the
Schofield.
meantime, yeah, they're going to be rotating through the jungle. Quick blink in there from Analog, and that'll secure the kill onto the bat. I didn't even get the tower mid. I kind of like that move from Heroic, honestly. Use the Eidolons after they've split to tank for the wagon and push the tower and smoke elsewhere.
It was also cool, so I think it was, I don't know if it was intentional, but the Eidolons came out of smoke. And so the clock knew that and was like, okay guys, they're smoked on mid. They want to play on the siege creep. And then so because of that, Speed's, I think, trying to be a bit more aggressive bot, like farm the enemy jungle camp so they just get a free kill goal. But since they're so scared of these Eidolons, you up?
Well, it's pretty tanky actually here, and Big Num doesn't have the
too
battery
tanky.
assault procs to back himself up as Yuma shoots him down there. That's that level 3 in the rocket barrage, putting in some work for him.
Definitely does not feel good. I think so. One thing I want to say is I feel like RCY has felt a bit like I don't think he's had the support that he's needed, or he hasn't been playing around his supports properly, because there was the time in the enemy jungle he coils and then he misses orb, and I don't know even know if the jar would have necessarily died, but like he basically, you swing and miss a coil, then he does a coil now again on Tusk, and then there's now this time where your clock goes in and Gyro again would have died. I just feel like there kind of is like a disconnect between RCY and his supports, and I feel like they really need to like fix that, because they're gonna get to a point where Puck's gonna feel really low damage. Gyro's already getting to that point. He's about 1,700 HP. Shaker is a bit squishy, but again, he's not really gonna show. And even Whisper is getting pretty tanky. Like he's gonna get Blink or a BKB next, and I feel like they're missing their window of the early game where Puck feels really high damage.
Well, you've got this Diffusal Pango now to help augment that damage a little bit. That might be something here for Faye to join these fights and do that extra bit that Puck maybe is going to start falling up. There's going to be a Blink Echo with a snowball from behind the tower. The CC is flawless from Heroic, as that'll make the Puck's game even more difficult there. I believe a second death now for RCY. 5 unanswered kills by Heroic just under 15 minutes into this game.
This is starting to look a bit scary for Wildcard. They have the Dominator on Yamson now, so he has his ability to kind of pressure and take towers, but it's like, do you even want to walk into enemy towers at this point? Like, he doesn't want to take this offlane tower. I think that there's going to always respawn. Even the safe lane tower is now being held by Whisper. So the map is starting to feel really constricted. And you, at the same time, sure, one of the benefits of Batrider is, oh, this guy's going to farm really fast. Like, he's constantly going to just farm jungle camps. But when your map is small, now it's like you look somewhere and you're like, oh, Bat is farming here. Where can I farm? And everyone just starts to be a bit more poor than they should be, because they are kind of getting behind and getting scared to make their own moves.
Yeah, we've talked about how important it is to try and, you know, take those towers, open up the map so you can make moves. And the way that Heroic has been able to defend so far, a lot of moves to be made. Global Silence here in anticipation as they make the jump. Black Hole covered by the Global ensures the kill onto that Pangolier. That is a Blink Dagger then on this Enigma. Jungles though now trapped inside the river, inside of the cogs, and speed to come over to ensure they have the damage. Mid lane, this is a good catch on the Analog. He's got Shard, so he's on top of his Fissure, but Bignum has a very easy lineup here. Another Midnight Pulse out from Whisper as he splits the fight into 2 with Yuma laying in the damage on top. RCY, a bit too elusive though, on a nice phase shift into the Jaunt. He will live. And Yuma's just immediately top, huh? Just immediately TP's in, trying to make sure Yamsum can't take the tower too easily, but can't really stop the wagon there.
That's still really big though for Wildcard. They basically got a 2-for-1. They killed the enemy mid. I mean, it's like they only trade the clock. I think I was gonna say before that fight is something I've noticed in this game in particular, in comparison to a lot of the other games we watched, is I feel like they're not grouping as clean, if that makes sense. I think Heroic's doing a much better job at grouping than Wildcard is. A lot of the games I talk about, oh, look at this 5-man rotation. Like the carry's here, the mid is here, the offlane's here. Like at most, it's probably a support that wouldn't be there sometimes for a lot of the teams we watched. But for Wildcard, Yamson really hasn't made a presence in this game outside of holding the top area of the map. And also, RCY has not really connected to Fade. I think these like cores need to group up a bit more.
Right. I mean, because I was just going to say, like, compared to how active Yuma's been with 3 Blink Daggers now, that's one on Schofield completed. So 3 Blink Daggers to back up Yuma just running in and a Global Silence to cover. Heroic are just kind of in fight mode. And it constantly feels like at best a 4 versus 5, right?
Yeah,
for
I just really want... I want the cores... So this is a kind of common thing. Because I've had these exact same discussions with teams I've been on, where it's almost like the cores feel allergic to some extent to each other, because everyone wants to get their farm and you all want to play your game, and like you want the, oh, I want the supports to play with me so I can do this and this and this, and I have damage. And oh, if I'm next to this guy, I won't be able to farm. But I think it's like this very fast, like flowy movement where you go next to your core, you force some rotations, and you back out, or maybe you get a kill, or maybe you get a fight. And I just think that's kind of really missing. And again, from Wildcard, having a pretty low damage draft in general means that they really needed to group up. So now, thankfully, it looks like they will try to contest this Roshan.
It's not going to be too fast either from Heroic. They've only got the tag team, but no real minus armor. They're not wanting to set themselves up for a big rolling thunder. Yamsum scouted up top, though. I think he showed on the wave. And certainly now he's got his big helm creep.
He's got a Radiance. I think this is the timing for Wildcard. They have Blink on the puck. They have Diffusal.
Or was it the Shaker, I think, had one? I think Analog's got an amplified damage in the bottle. That's that Radiance completed. So whether they can wait to fight any longer is a whole entirely different question. Crystallis and Acceptor on this Gyrocopter as Yuma beats a tendril in the deep. Schofield jumping in, ready for a save, but they've actually caught RCY with the follow-up stuns. Walrus Punch dead to rights. They blow him up too quickly there. Oh no, and Fade, he got trapped on a spot there. Analog in the river, sets up for a three-man black hole. Yuma blasting from the high ground. It's only Yamsum who will live there. Oh, it's been a disastrous fight here for Wildcard, trying to salvage it, trying to get a secondary core kill. But Whisper's just too fast. He speeds away. And Wildcard, they only actually managed to get away on Fade. That is... Oh, man. That is not how they wanted that fight to go.
There's a lot of stuff that went wrong in that fight. I mean, I think RCY went in pretty much alone. Like, he orbs in onto the gyro aggressively, just gets global, gets killed, and then also that paired with this roll follow-up that gets stuck in the tree, so he's not able to, like, annoy the Enigma or cancel the blinks or anything. And then it all just ends up setting up for this black hole, just... Especially how it was like, now they're like, oh guys, let's finally group up. We have our items. It's our timing now. And then that's kind of the result.
Yeah.
That's not what you wanted.
That's tough. I mean, you could see the Radiance doing a little bit of work there to be certain, but not much else gained, unfortunately.
Now they, at least looks like they'll get the Tormentor.
And, you know, Heroic weren't in a position to do Roche because I think he was shifting to the bottom lane. So it's a loss. It's going to sting. It's going to hurt. But it's at least another fight that Wildcard can prepare for, right? And, I mean, a great black hole. I got to say, great black hole by Whisper. Positioning was perfect there because he couldn't have gotten too close. Otherwise, I think Battery Assault was active, and he would have gotten that.
There was also a Cogs, I think, down. That if he moved too close, he would have gotten knocked back by the Cogs. He kind of threaded the needle with his blink.
He did.
Bigging him top.
You know. Walrus Punch, trouble here for the Clockwork as Big Num will set up the Cogs with quickly dying inside of them, and you can just see they're daring anyone to show down bottom and try and take this tower. In the meantime, I mean, you talked about damage issues for Wildcard, none so for Yuma, who's just picked up the Daedalus now after that phenomenal fight.
Yeah, that's crazy to knock out BKB. I'm a bit surprised, but I feel like he probably just feels so confident having Black Hole to back him up with a full BKB on Whisper now, and then also just the global, plus all the stuns from Shaker. It's kind of like his team is there to back him up, and the only thing he has to be worried about is if he ever gets caught out alone. And I feel like, I guess if his concept's like, oh, he's not going to get caught out alone, then he doesn't really need BKB for the fights. He's just so far ahead in terms of health that... Like, Puck is not going to be a threat of damage. Bat's not going to be a threat of damage. Even the Pango's not really a threat, as long as you're with the team.
He's even got Schofield here to back him up with a the Blink Snowball save if needed. I want to say, by the way, this is a build. You see Yuma queuing up that Divine Rapier. This isn't a meme. I've seen him do this in SA Quals before. Yes. He's a fan.
Yeah, I think it was Parker. He called it a Parker build. He's missing a Dragonlance though, from what the pubs we would watch with Parker playing Gyro.
He's certainly doing a lot of damage as Yamsum. He's going to run the creep in to try and interrupt. Careful here. That Fissure's blocking.
Is a bit awkward.
He can't pick up Aegis, but he needs to try and kill Roshan. Echo Slam in the pit and a pause. Okay. A little bit of packet loss striking at a terrible time here. Gunner, a rare opportunity for you to give us insight on how the fight's about to play out.
That's a pause. So, okay. Well, Analog took the Aegis. And he used Echo and he used Fissure, so he's kind of useless now for the next 5 or 6 seconds. Fade's kind of in a perfect position to get a good roll on the gyro. And again, Yuma didn't go BKB, which I think his whole idea of this next 5 minutes of the game was I'm going to have Aegis, I'm going to kill 2-3 heroes with my first life minimum, and then they won't even be able to stop me and we can just high ground.
Right.
But now he has no Aegis. He's trapped in the pit. I think...
I want to draw your attention to Whisper over on the high ground. He's pretty well positioned here to kind of initiate.
He does have a black hole.
He's got a black hole. He's got
has to roll in with the ABBA, and then RCY needs to kind of sit out and not commit silence until the black hole. So let everyone else go in, poke with orbs, poke with maybe like get a coil on those 3 in the pit, but has to hold the silence. Well, actually, silence won't even work for Enigma.
No, it's not. I think your best bet's probably just trying to silence the silencer, taking him down here. He's in a little bit of an awkward spot, but we'll see how bad this Fissure is going to end things up. Schofield on the side, killed easily as they immediately make the jump onto Fade. No chance, and this team fight already feels just about impossible. Yuma, tons of damage there, focusing onto RCY as Bignum throws his body in, trying to prevent his mid laner from going down to no avail. Yamsum, he's already popped the borrowed time. This time the Fissure much better from Analog as Yamsum will be the 4th to fall in this engagement. They get both supports over on Wildcard, but it just feels like the spells, they're still there. They're too strong. They do too much damage on Heroic.
Yeah, I think they're just starting to get to that point where they're too far ahead. Like, the numbers are just too high. Too much HP, too much damage. I think he was able to see the whole situation, right? So knowing and seeing, okay, we have no global for the Pango. He's in a perfect position, but he's split. So then he just gets there. He blink BKB's black holes, gets the Pango out of the fight. Also, weird interaction for Puck. I don't know if you know how this works. Do you know how Last Word works with Puck phase shift?
Does it proc on the come out of phase shift? Is it one of those spells that is secretly 2 spells?
So if you full channel phase shift and you don't cancel it early, you won't get affected by it.
Right.
You won't take damage or anything. But if you end it early, then you'll get silenced and take damage. So actually what happened in that fight was RCY ended his phase shift early, so he got silenced in the middle of the enemy team.
Schofields? No, he's okay. Yeah, so does that mean if you are a Faceless Void and you put time dilation on a Puck, if they phase shift, it's 1 stack, and then if they end phase shift early, it's a 2nd? Is it like the coddle thing?
I don't think so. Because I don't think there's a cooldown on ending phase shift like that. I think it's more so that it's like you're not considered to be like casting the spell unless you end it early or something like that, because you're invulnerable. So it's like if you're invulnerable the whole duration, you like dodge the debuff or something.
Well, that's certainly an annoyance here. An Analog, ring around the rosy.
No way. Oh, wait, there's a Watcher. The Watcher sees him.
The Watcher sees him. Fissure into Walrus Punch. They're stacking the stuns here appropriately with the Snowball. They've got the damage. RCY punished. But a bit of space created, not so bad. That's about enough time for Yamsum to get this Blade Mail online and half the money he needs for the Shard. But he's kind of balling on a budget here, I would have to say. His net worth, it's not bad. He's highest net worth on his team, but the Gyro eclipsing him a full item ahead, and that item for now is Satanic. Give him another 5 minutes, he'll be a Divine up.
You think he will go to Divine?
I think he's going to go the Divine. Echo Slam there. Analog picks up the kill onto Bignum.
There's no mana.
However, with Yamsum closing the cap, careful here, Whisper. He'll just let loose the black hole. Speed cannot get in there with the lasso, it would appear. Finally able to do so. Analog's going to go down, but that's only just the Aegis. He'll be in a bit of an awkward spot. Fade ready to go for round 2. Gets stunned from behind. Whisper alive for now, but Yuma, he's in the fray. He's taken down 2. He's looking for the 3rd. Yamsum's borrowed time, only giving him a few more seconds of life. as RCY respawning, TPing to the outpost, but his team's already dead here, Gunner. Nothing he can do to change the outcome of that.
I think they're just so far behind now, and Abba as a carry, I think doesn't really play well in these. We're behind. You know, maybe I'll get enough items to do enough damage, because he doesn't really do this like burst damage. He doesn't have a like steroid compared to a lot of other carries. And so now that you're just so far behind, you 7,000 gold. He's actually okay. It looks like Yuma's buying a.
He's getting the divine. Oh no, and they're gonna catch RCY here again. Flawless lockdown. The triple blinks, man. It's the way to deal with this puck. He's buying it, right? He's
no. I've bad news.
No, he has
purchased a helm for a nullifier.
He's gotta sell that helm because he's got no iron will, bro. If you're not buying divine rapier, no iron will. You gotta go all in. Go Parker mode on them.
You should disassemble his Daedalus to make a rapier.
Dude, he might. You're right. He can chop shop that.
You can chop shop that. When that first came out, I was trying to plan. I think it was Yuma was on my team. I think at that point. And I kept trying to tell him like all these different builds I was cooking for him of like disassembling stuff.
Was he receptive?
No.
They never are.
But I gave him like this whole build that you buy 3 different items, then you disassemble them, you create more new ones, and like you would only lose no gold because there was recipes.
Oh, he's kind of getting baited by these Eidolons, realizing now maybe he's gone a bit too deep. But the double blinks ready for him. Whisper, no black hole for 30, but I don't know if they're going to even need it. Dual Scepter to burn time. Analog ready to blink on in. He's got Fissure, but that's borrowed time. Nobody in the vicinity here either. As Yamsum just running him down. They're going to give the kill there to Whisper. You know who was really good at the build shenanigans a little bit back in the day was there was a Chinese player who started building. God, it was this really crazy item on Anti-Mage that he would go first that ended up being super legit. No, he was the guy that started doing Battle Furiosa because I think you could like disassemble it back then. And then he was like disassembling.
Was this like God King or whatever?
Yeah, God King Hualien, yeah.
That guy was so funny. I remember Quinn used to just watch his replays on stream for hours, just laughing about how funny that guy was.
Careful here, Tusk. Scepter's gonna buy him a little bit of time. He's still caught in that puck ultimate. He's
scared of him.
He's tanky too for good reason. Here's the backup. Yuma giving him some backup. He's still alive. Wow. King Jungles gets the ward. They get the kill. That's the nullifier completed on Yuma now. It's time. Get rid of that. No, you need the Daedalus. Get rid of the Falcon Blade. Let's pick up that Sacred Relic, baby.
You really want this Rapier. Do you want it because it's fun, or do you want it so that they lose Rapier to Wildcard?
I want it because this is just his style. I've seen Heroic throughout different quals, and this is what they do to the qualifier teams. And I think they need to have this confidence, man. You're on the road to the International. You're at 1-2. You're having a good gyro game. You're up 18k 30 minutes in. The enemy's not killed you a single time. You're 10-0-7 on the gyrocopter. I think you can have a little bit of a treat. Have a little bit of a divine rapier. Spice up your life. Just a treat. Just a treat.
Listen, it's
a South American team, Gunner. The only threat they have is if they're going to try and take Roshan up 20k. As long as they don't try and take Rosh, I don't think they're in any threat of losing this game. That's how it generally goes.
Is that a pattern?
That's very much a pattern with SA teams. This is why right now, you know, they're smoking before Rosh. If they smoked for Rosh, disaster incoming. Yuma, he's just running in though. Press forward mode, and for good reason. Fade dead just like that. Yamsum isolated already from the rest of his team. Careful, that's a lot of damage to turn on Yuma through the blade mail. That was meaty. But without that teamfight control here, Gunner, it's already kind of tough for Wildcard. They've scattered here around the map. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Speed.
He's fast.
He's fast. He's fast, but this is a shaker he's trying to run from. Dagger ready to go. Whisper giving chase. Speed having no choice but to reveal himself on the creep wave. Take the Lotuses, brother. They can take your life, but they can't take your Lotuses. Oh, he got the second one. Worth.
That is a great healing Lotus for him. Big upgrade.
Big upgrade. It's getting tough now for Wildcard, though. This game has, you know, it's gotten away from them a bit here, hasn't it?
Definitely has. Even so, RCY had to go for the BKB, which we've seen. I like it versus Void Spirit specifically. I feel like in this game, it's kind of mediocre. Shaker's this weird hero. I don't know how to describe it, but it's almost like if you're worried about the Shaker, you can't buy BKB versus him because he's gonna just stun you from the fog anyway. So it's like the only thing for this puck to get a BKB is if like you're a right clicker, right? Because oh yeah, that makes sense. If you're a carry, you need BKB for Shaker so it doesn't stun you. But if you're getting one shot by Shaker, like what's the puck gonna do? Right click or BKB and right click the like gyro for 10 seconds and then after that done?
I think the problem here is more the chain stun as well, right? Like the BKB makes sense against the Void Spirit because even if you Yules, he just has another silence or he sets up the Yules, or sorry, he sets up a Aether Remnant for you. Exactly. Compared to this game where it's like you get caught by any single stun, which, you know, there's two big contenders. Yeah, it's Schofield or the Shaker, but they can poke you pretty efficiently. The Blinks, they've proven time and time again they can do it. You're in trouble. So I hear what you're saying, but maybe it's just going to shift. Maybe he's going to shift into just this initiator. He's not going to wait. He's going to go in. He's going to be the one. You also
can't BKB instantly because you can't be this tank because then he'll global your BKB.
Yeah, that's true, actually. You've got a point. There's that pesky silencer.
It's like, that's the other thing. It's like, oh, if you get BKB and sit there and right click, that's one thing. But what, you go and you BKB, you get global, then you just sit there like, oh, okay. And then now you're scared of global. So you go and you BKB and then you phase shift. So now you're phase shifting, you know, it's, I don't know. I just think, especially with their problem is damage, buying this item that doesn't let you do more damage just feels a bit bad.
This is a good read by Heroic. I think they know that Wildcard have positioned themselves on the opposite side of the river, so they're going to just start casually pushing, see what TPs they can force back. And so far, they've procced Yamsums. Roche has now respawned. He's down here for at least another full minute. This Analog thinking about going hunting here.
1,200 gold for the rapier.
Yeah, he's got the demon edge, doesn't he? Like I said, he's gonna do it, man. I think it's for him. It's a move about confidence. Careful here, speed. Caught by the Yule Scepter. Analog running through the fire and the flames to try and secure this kill. Oh, Fade got to bounce back there on the terrain. I'm not sure if he's trying to blink in. He is, but he didn't catch anyone on the stun because Analog got off the BKB. So unfortunately for Speed, he goes down. Meantime, in the Roche pit, well, Yuma just takes down the Roche. It's Aegis now in tow for him, and now 800 gold before we're at our Divine Rapier. That's all that's stopping him. Oh, he's slow, though.
Oh, my. RZY is freaking me out. He TP'd, then he canceled his own TP with a phase shift. And now he's just...
Oh, no! Oh, no! I think Schofield saw him. It's okay. Oh, Schofield! Wow. Good catch. Good catch, honestly.
Yeah, it's a catch. Oh, it was like... So he was sitting there, I was like, I would just BKB and TP or something. He throws his orb out, then he just sat there. Then he saw the Silencer Arcane cursed him, was TPing, was like, oh wait, I'm Arcane Cursed. Now I'm gonna phase shift it off. Phase shift.
Oh, this is the Divine Rapier's ready, by the way, on Yuma.
He's got it.
This guy, I mean, what, he's got 3 demon edges in his 4? He's got a lot of damage.
He's 2 demon edges, 2 sacred relics.
It's a lot of damage here in this gyrocopter, and he is putting that all into your buildings. That's 2 lanes easily, just like that. RCY has conserved his buyback. It's only him and the Clockwork. Here we go, all in onto this gyrocopter. Remember, he's got an Aegis. This Blade Mail's not going to be doing enough work. He actually almost kills Yamsum through borrowed time as RCY makes the jump on in. There's Whisper giving cover. Yuma blows up the Bat Rider through the control there with the side gunner. Beyond godlike now is RCY doing what he can on the back lines, but there's the problem with the BKB. They've even got that BKB disable through you. And that's just it. Heroic. Analog will end this game on a double kill. Whisper just refreshing here at the very end of the game.
First game.
I certainly hope so. I really don't think that was the best that Wildcard could have showed for us here. And let's see what a better draft that we like for them is going to give us for game number 2. As Schofield gets down an early ward, his smoke will break. They'll see the Invoker with those Exort Orbs in case there's any doubt in Schofield. He's got Cogs, 3 trapped inside the Cogs. The Celestial Hammer on top, Blood Grenades. Analog ripping him down with the Shadow Raises. First Blood, though, is going to go towards Big Num. King Jungle's trading him away instantly as he will be now forced back, but Wildcard bringing the numbers. Kind of an awkward spot. I don't know if I've ever seen a fight there near the Dire Secret Shop, to be honest.
I can't believe he just kept walking on Schofield. I thought he would have like given up.
Dude, that's classic Schofield. Any melee position 4 hero, he's running in, no doubt. Quick D-ward there as well.
He got the angle.
Very good D-ward. And then I think it's going to be runes, so 3 apiece. So First Blood bonus is going to be for Big Num, so not that big of a deal. And it looks like 3 runes then. Oh, King Jungle is in an awkward spot, but he's got the hammer, pull him out.
4 runes.
Oh, 4, you're right. That's even better than a First Blood, and they're going to get a courier for free. That had speeds tangos on it, actually.
Yeah, so now speed
he's still got 2 more. He's got 2 more. I was worried. Phoenix is...
So yeah, Heroic is now up 1,000 gold.
A little bit of Cogs shenanigans here to force the first wave under tower top as well by Schofield. Yeah, that's a little bit of a gold spike there that we're starting to see already. But I love Invoker Sunstriking the first range creep. It's just such like a Dota thing to do, I think, you know?
Yeah.
What? Oh, okay, just a little. Don't mind me. King Jungle's had to wait for the Sunstrike, I think.
Yeah, also just probably had to wait for either damage from heroes or not wanting to give XP away. So it's a 5 Dawn and a 4 Clockwork. Okay.
Yeah, Schofield's always been more of the melee position 4. He's like a specialist on the clocks, the shakers when that was a support, Tusks as we saw last game. Yeah, so I'm not too surprised by this, but I guess now with the Dawn 5, she's a pretty good bodyguard also for the Gyro. You just traditionally think of the Clockwork as that kind of a guy.
Yeah, I would have just expected the Clockwork Gyro lane to be really strong, whereas in terms of Shaker walks up and they get to be really aggressive, and I feel like Dawn's better being the one going on them with Enigma, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like Clockwork is better as like a counter fighter. Dawn's more aggressive.
That's true. I was thinking maybe they just like it to try and take down the Phoenix a bit easier. Because if you trap him inside a Cogs, he can't so easily first dive out. Maybe that's like the counterplay. But
it could just be hero comfort too, like you said.
That's very true. I think a lot of times on when I cast SA teams, that's where my mind's at, typically speaking. I just think they're big. They're just big on doing what they know, you know?
Yeah. Which I think is good. I think it's way better to do what you know and you're comfortable with than be like, all right, if we do these different lane swaps, then we'll win the game.
You know, so what you're saying is you're not a big fan of the Baboka method of just doing whatever Coach Yakult says and taking that puck forward.
So I am, but I think it's bad.
Fair enough. You can separate your heart from your brain. That's a noble.
Like I'm the one in the drafts who's like, okay, guys, let's swap this lane setup, or let's swap these heroes. Let's pick this. Let's do that. But then it's like I know I'm like, okay, we should just do the normal thing and just do it better. But it's
from
like,
your experience
I want it to work.
From your experience with Yamsum, do you think he's happy in a situation like this where that Doom is going to get shifted on over to him? It's a tough game 1 for him, you know?
I think not necessarily. But I also feel like, unfortunately, for players who didn't like these type of carry heroes meta, they've been meta for so long. But right. I think he is in that field of carry players that didn't want to play like offlaners as carries that often. I know Yuma was like that too for a bit, but he likes his heroes. But it's like, I definitely know there's a lot of carries who are like, oh, I don't want to play these like weird Beastmaster carries and stuff like that. Even if they're good, it's just like they're not comfortable with them.
Disruptor's away stacking camps, I want to say. So Yuma doing a bit of damage to Fade. Fissure is going to force Yuma the long way around as Fade will play a little bit of Ring Around Rosie with the tower. They'll clear the way. Fade. Good jukes here with the Starbreaker combo. That last auto attack, very well played there by King Jungles. Maybe some good tower damage early. Yeah, I wanted to ask you that because I think what's interesting, you look at just the carry versus carry, just the heroes they've played. 2 games of Gyro, classic. He's like the every, you know, baby's first ranged carry, maybe that or a Luna or something, right? Pretty typical. Yeah. Compared to what Yamson's played, a Doom on this game, which has been more standard, and then the Abba in game 1. So I'm just kind of wondering how that's really affected him here as he's getting bullied a bit by the cogs of Schofield. Ooh, good glimpse there on an analog in the mid lane. He's in some trouble trying to turn and burn for as many shadow raises as he can on RCY, but it's not going to be enough. And there was 13 wand charges anyway. Very, very good gank. So Bignum's kind of sacking the Shaker's lane a little bit, but he is making stacks. He's ganked mid now. He's off to a pretty decent start.
That's the issue with the Shadow Flame we talked about, which was literally, oh, he gets ganked really easily if he's not just dumpstering his lane. And Exorb Invoker does enough.
Yamsum is just eating these cogs,
yeah,
bro.
He's a 17 God. Stick.
Schofield's so good at that. Yamsum, he's calm though. Sometimes that even enrages me, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing that kind of stuff, oof.
Analog is top.
Schofield's going hunting for that courier, I think. Fun. Yep. Another courier kill. These SA4s, man, they love killing couriers. And he's going to try and drag the wave. Speed, learning that he can't Icarus dive through the cogs, I think was a little bit surprised. Maybe he thought he was going to time that perfectly, but here's King Jungles through the gate. Starbreaker combo perfectly. I think he's got enough mana for the Celestial Hammer, so Yamsum not likely to be able to run from this. As the last right click from Schofield's all he needs. Lots of TPs coming top lane though for Wildcard as they bring in reinforcements. That's 4 heroes up here then, if you count the dead Doom. But this looks like 2 kills, maybe even 3 for RCY. Whisper and Schofield already taken down. There is no running from RCY either. King Jungle's trying to do as much damage as he can, but he will go down. That poor Disruptor getting bullied by all the Eidolons. And then Yamsum's DP'd mid to just collect the creep wave then.
And that's a good rotation from RCY. I think that TP, a lot of players would feel awkward, and they're also like, oh, I have Sunstrike, guys, I can TP. So I do really appreciate that he kind of made the read is like, I'm actually going to TP, I'm going to show up to the fight, and he gets 3 kills for it.
That means he can't TP down bottom, and neither can the Doom, so this is an opportunity for Heroic. Fade, this is not going to be one that you come out on. Whoa, actually that Shadow Raise missed. Enchant Totem, Fade running, but Yuma just taking too many points. He really likes the battery, or not battery assault, sorry, a Rocket Barrage. And no way to run from that one. Okay, so 2 Wisdoms then for Heroic.
Well, how did that turn out for Wildcard last game?
It's true.
It was not good. Let me tell you that. They got their 2 runes at 7. It was not that good. This is really awkward from Heroic bot lane. Look at Analog.
Yeah, mid is certainly an outlier. I gotta say, the one thing that's going for Heroic right now is I think their experience gain is all pretty good overall. King Jungles is almost level 6, actually. So they'll have a relatively early ult thanks to the double Wisdoms. And because their ultis are pretty insane, I think they'll have some pretty scary moments here as Analog giving chase. I don't know if he has this kill. Yeah, certainly not with the medium race. He's going to need to hit this last long one behind the tower with the vision. Nicely done. Good assist. Good timing there from Schofield on the rocket flare.
Black hole.
Fades. He's in the middle here. He's going to get level 6, I think, from these creeps. They've got to be careful. There's a big stack. Immediately lets loose the Echo Slam onto King Jungles. The Cogs pushing him away. Sets up the kill for Analog. He's going to now hit level 6. Use that Requiem, I think, to try and run away. But there's a Disruptor TP in here with a ward. Level 2 Glimpse if they can catch him. This Disruptor, not the fastest, though.
Oh, I think
he's 5 move speed faster, actually. Oh, he's not going to get him.
Unless...
I think... No wards.
And then yeah, at the same time, top they brought the gyrocopter to top. He took a gate and then they black holed so that they got the Phoenix, but Yamsa was able to TP out.
Take down the tower as well to boot. And it's going to be the Boots and the Vlad's build here for Whisper on the Enigma as he looks to try and take over the lane a little bit more. Okay, so laning stage starting to break down. It's been a bit of back and forth. RCY has come out beautifully for an Invoker. He's actually already got his Midas online. He's certainly the shining star of Wildcard at the moment. How would you say the rest of the lanes have gone, you know, breaking down lanes?
I think the biggest disaster was top. Maybe because they had Shaker and Doom and they had to do this whole lane setup because of Enigma. It's bad, but I think both of their silence went too bad for this Voker having a good 24 pick to feel good. If that makes sense.
Shot on the Invoker. There's the level 6 Solar Guardian coming through. Nice tornado onto the 2 of them. Analog's going to get hit solo by the Sunstrike, so he's going to go down. Did not share the damage there with King Jungles. I think he Celestial Hammered away.
Ooh, he got glimpsed.
Oh, yeah. Good glimpse then. So we're going to have double Midas then on Wildcard, aren't we? Obviously, Yamsum will buy his, sell his, all this good stuff, right? But it's still kind of a double Midas.
Should RCY have gotten Helm of the Dominator?
Maybe. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Or I'm thinking maybe Yamsum just needs to run in and doom someone and then just go back to farming on cooldown. I don't know. I'm kind of like more sold by your thought of just press your buttons, you know? Black Hole on cooldown for 30. You don't need a Black Hole Whisper. Yuma's a little scary, maybe. RCY is going to make an attempt on him now. Fade opening up. They push him to the other side of the fissure, but nice. He is not going to have enough HP. Very good combo there from RCY. Secures the kill.
Okay, this is what they needed, right? Last game, exact same thing. RCY and Fade did not really connect. In this game, they already have connected, what, 2 times, I think? In 11 minutes? RCY is 5, 1, and 4.
Seriously, I was going to say, he's big, man. I love that he's got this Kabold Cup as well, so he can kind of rotate around a bit speedier. Tends to be the downside. Well, yeah, he does have the drums, actually.
Oh, they're going to try to hook him.
Smoke. Oh, not going for it quite
yet. What they do.
I think they're afraid of the Echo Slam, which is probably for the best.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, 12 of them. Fade's caught.
That he is. Schofield sets up perfectly for the kill there. There is almost no worse feeling than getting battery assaulted solo in Cogs as a Shaker or as a Nyx. It's a lot of heroes, actually.
Don't you have to just accept that you're not going to get Fissure and just try to hit the Cogs to get out?
That's probably the smart move, but I think Monkey Brain goes must Fissure, you know?
Yeah, you're like, I have to Fissure the SF so I can leave.
Right, exactly. And then I'll be able to TP out through battery assault. And then you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah. Brains are annoying. It's like you know the right plays to make in Dota, and then your brain won't let you do it in the game. You'll watch the replay and you're like, oh, I just had to do this. It's so easy. But then when you're playing the game, you're like, I'm going to make the game as complicated as possible.
Yeah. I kind of do that. It's easy to overcook in this game, isn't it? Okay, so we've saved an Echo Slam. Will Fade or someone use it now? That's like a quad stack of Ancients, isn't it?
They should.
Get his Blink Dagger online. Let's see, what will it be? Indeed, big ol' Echo Slam Ajama. And that'll be the Blink Dagger plus 700 gold on the way. Schofield easily able to evade a death there with a hook shot. But we'll now see that the Ancients have been cleared. So they should know that a timing's coming then. I think you see a Shaker walking away from an empty camp, you're like, something's happened here.
Why is the Shaker suspiciously 0 mana to half health after walking out of the tri-camp? I wonder what happened.
What could have taken place here? But I suspect the smoke's coming. I think even without Slam, you still have an opportunity to Sunstrike. We still haven't seen a Doom yet. But it's Heroic once again who are going to go on the offensive. Analog with this Kaya and Yasha build. So he's already going to be quick on the draw with all of his spells in terms of getting those out. Strike down bottom on the King Jungles as... I don't know. I didn't see if they smoked onto him, to be honest. I think they just killed him.
I don't think it was a smoke. I think it was just walked.
Schofield from behind suddenly eats a Doom, but it's going to come at the cost of Yamsum's life, and I think that Clockwork's going to live. Requiem thinking about it was Analog, but thinking maybe he should just save it instead of trying to ult a TPing away Phoenix.
If he committed to the ult, he would have gotten him.
Yeah, especially with the Kaya and Sanj. Sorry, yeah, Kaya and Yasha, sorry. I think he would have gotten it. But you never know. Those little souls take a while to travel.
I do want to say RCY is owning this game so far. He is 6-1-4. He's been hitting all his Sunstrikes, hitting all his spells.
There's another Sunstrike hit. Solar Guardian, though, committed. They have not glimpsed away anyone yet, so I think they're going to try and kill both heroes. First, they got to get through Whisper, though. Ticks down, I think, to the Blood Grenade or a Thunderstrike. Fade losing the duel, though, to the Dawnbreaker and the Eidolons as Bignum now finds himself surrounded by the Clockwork. He goes down. Yamsum's in the area, but he's already utilized the Doom. Not much he can really offer. And so it'll turn into a 1-for-2. It's still a quality kill onto Whisper. They'll lose out on it, XP and gold-wise.
I didn't really see how Yamsung got caught, but that definitely feels bad. On Doom, you really want to play for this like acceleration game where you buy Midas, use it a few times, sell it, get your Radiance extremely fast. So every one of these random deaths that happens before his Radiance just feels pretty bad. Also, RCY, so his item build makes me feel like I'm old again. Like this is 2015, 2016 Invoker build, no? Midas drums,
oh, it's a Yule Scepter,
travel.
right?
Yeah, Yule Scepter, then you do the combo. Oh my god, definitely Blast used to stun you, right? During the knockback.
I think it did, yeah, now it's just the disarm, right?
Yeah, it technically wasn't a stun, but you couldn't do actions during it, so it was a stun. So it's like if you tornado, if you
Fade down bottom.
Someone,
on an Analog will come at the Echo Slam. Sunstrike's incoming. Analog, down he goes. Nice commitment there. Just that poke and having the +1 ability from RCY guarantees the kill on the BSF. Top lane, in the meantime, Whisper and Schofield will get on top of Bignum, but the big kill was down bottom. Yeah, I remember Raging Fury Invoker, you know, gotta start the combo with the Yule Scepter. Not the tornado for some reason.
Wait, 0.8 seconds. Sunstrike, Meteor, Deafening Blast.
EMP, Ice Wall.
No, that's too advanced. There's 3 spells.
That's true. And then refresh, right? You would refresh and do it again.
You buy Hex, combo. Then you Hex, then you refresh, then you combo again, then you refresh. Or you Hex.
Oh, man. Yeah, it is just really funny sometimes watching old Dota replays and you're like, why isn't he doing the full Invoker combo? And you're like, oh wait, it's 2016. That was the full Invoker combo. We didn't have the technology yet.
Watching replays from forever ago is always so funny. Even I'd watch replays of my own team like a year or 2 or 3 years later and it's like, wow. We did that? We played like this?
Here's Wildcard, though. This is the Wildcard I was hoping to see. Now, they don't have an Echo Slam for 45, but they still have the Supernova and a Static Storm. Unfortunately, they're only going to catch Schofield, and maybe it's Schofield who catches them. Excellently placed Static Storm is going to interrupt Analog. Saves Fade for a second longer, but that's only going to set up Whisper for the Black Hole. He gets on top of speed. Down goes the Phoenix. And unfortunately, Heroic in position to take just a better fight there, honestly.
It was a weird fight for them to take. The Voker had just TP'd and showed top that he TP'd. And I don't know. When your strongest hero TPs to the other side of the map, like sure he has Sunstrike, but you need to respect your teammates, like where they are, the decisions they made.
Yeah, and Yamsum's also got this Radiance online. I know he's trying to rebuild this Midas and keep the efficiency up, but with the Radiance, I'm surprised he's not in that smoke as well to, you know, throw a Doom down. We've only seen one Doom, which was kind of just like a spiteful Doom, really, as he was getting killed by Schofield. Rebuild that Midas, sell it again, Devil's Bargain, get the BKB online, and I'm sure then he'll be nice and active. Until then, he is a 0-2-2 Doom, unfortunately. But RCY, again, he's still kicking butt. That's going to be a full Ag Scepter online momentarily for him. Their Cataclysm setup, pretty good.
It's okay. It's basically just a Shaker, right? Which... I don't know. It doesn't feel the same as having like a Tidehunter Ravage or having
a Chrono or a Black
Chronosphere.
Hole. I hear you, but I think also like, just blink Echo Slam onto the middle here with the Cataclysm. It's not good enough. It was way too late. Suddenly, Fade is dead, and that was your Ag Scepter reveal, and you're still awkwardly in a smoke. Also revealing an Ag Scepter is Schofield. He's huge. Oh my goodness. And Yuma has just found himself an amplified damage rune in the river.
Not good, right?
Oh, well, not Schofield. He's going to get yeeted away. All of a sudden, Analog, he's just going to die in the river for absolutely no gain.
Huh.
I think, you know, it's like when you're trying to merge onto the highway and there's like an 18-wheeler behind you and you kind of just, you accidentally focus on that too much and you just run into a car. That's kind of what he did there. You're scared of Roche throwing.
Does that happen to you often?
Roche throwing me or the 18-wheeler?
The 18-wheeler?
Look, my insurance might be listening, so that's never happened to me before, alright?
Okay.
What are you?
No, you're right, my bad. I feel like
I think Wildcard are still in this. Like it's an AK.
no, they
like
are.
call me crazy.
It's weird because okay, so I feel like they're really far behind, but
right.
RCY is just killing heroes off cooldown, and he's not killing the gyro, which is a concern. But like SF has no game, and I feel like he's constantly. There might be a point where he could just 1v5 this game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Really? You think so?
On the vocal? Yeah, definitely. I think he gets BKB and maybe even a Hex. I think that he just wins this game. Also, Analog, I don't know, I feel like his game is definitely...
It's a griefed, basically, because of the gank mid from the Disruptor.
I don't think it's just because of that. I think in general, I feel like he's kind of been struggling a bit, which is weird to say because his score's not even terrible. I mean, that was not bad. Like he's 5-4-4, so it's like from an outside perspective, I feel like you look at this and you're like, oh, like his game's completely fine. I think it's just the deaths he's had are almost all solo kills by the Invoker, which means that Invoker's game is significantly like better than it should be.
Yeah, I hear you. Plus, I also think like with this item build he's going for, I think we should have seen Requiems, and we haven't. And that's been a result of Wildcard counterplay, right? And so maybe that's also like a factor of why you're like, with this build, it's okay, it's an acceptable build, but you got to do stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like you want your clock to hook and you blink on the hook and ult instantly. So they have BKB on the gyro, they have BKB soon on the SF, maybe they're continuing with the... They have triple BKBs of course.
Triple BKB Daedalus on Gyro relatively
Ags on the
soonish.
Dawn.
Oh, they're gonna go now.
Radiant's top tower is under
I think this is
BKB Enigma.
good.
BKB Enigma might be good enough. You also have this Ags on the clockwork, I should mention. I love overclock. It's
amazing.
real good.
Definitely.
Map hack.
no,
Uh-oh,
Fade.
smoke's breaking. Overclock? Schofields? Anything? Here we are. No escape for you anymore, Fade. Even if you do have a really good stun. And a good 4-staff away. There's simply no running from Schofield. Zuma collects a nice offlane kill. Roshan's in the bottom area. Otherwise, that might have been Roche. No Tormentor to take either, so just to pick off. Okay, talk to me about the difference between this game and last game, Gunnar. Why has Yuma now decided to go for a BKB, whereas in game 1 he decided it was unnecessary?
Dyer's are fortified.
Phoenix Invoker. I think the last game, his game was so good and Wildcard game was bad, whereas I feel like this game, his game's even better than the first game, but Wildcard also is a better game, if that makes sense.
It does.
Like, as opposed to you're so far ahead, you can just buy... I don't know how to describe it. It's like sometimes you're ahead and the enemy still has damage for you, and sometimes you're ahead and they don't have damage. And that's kind of, I feel like, what the difference was.
Well, that BKB's not going to protect him from Yamsum's Doom, who now has his own BKB delivered, meaning they themselves now have a double BKB timing, as Fade has built a little bit more utility with the Blink and then the 4-staff after. So double BKB into triple BKB now of Heroic. Fatal is fully online for Gyrocopter, and he's a level away from that 20 talent where I'm sure he's going to take the flak cannon attacks. But we'll smoke up now here as Schofield is going to bring the boys towards this mid lane. Maybe sweep across and look to find whoever they can down bottom.
I feel like Fade's game is so much worse than it should have been. Like he's just a support at this point.
I was going to say he's farming like one too, right? He's taking pretty dangerous farm, and it seems like he's going to get caught again. Yep, Bignum not expecting the direction from behind the tier 2 tower. He actually is going to be fine with that glimpse, but that means there's going to be no static storm, no disruptor here. And look who's getting ran down again. It's Fade. He's pretty fast, but not fast enough. Hook shot still will find him. BKB activated by Analog to make sure he can run past that EMP. And look at Whisper go. He is just running in. Yamsum thinking about going for a Doom. Will actually spook the BKB out of Whisper.
Okay.
So that's a BKB down from the SF. BKB down on the Enigma. Heroic, they may reconsider the fight. They have a Dawnbreaker Egg, so they're so big. All of their heroes are so big.
That honestly, with how it started...
Yuma? Look at this bait. Oh, Analog, he's in there. RCY gets off the BKB, but it's far too late to do anything. What a play.
Oh no, I was gonna say that whole sequence was actually not the worst for Wildcard. Like forcing Enigma's BKB, maybe you can actually fight SM also missiles, and you only lost the Shaker. I think if they just kind of delayed a few seconds, like waited 10-15 seconds, they could have actually taken a really good fight.
We've had a lot of impactful power runes over the years here at TI. That was one of the more impactful Invis runes I think I've ever seen, not gonna lie. Yuma just getting a casual Invis, scouts the TP, finds the man to kill, straight into the Roche pit, and you better believe what we got queued up next.
That's always the saddest thing. I think watching Sentry Wards placed by supports is so sad. Like a guy dies, and he's like, oh, there's a ward here. And he plays the, oh, he plays the second Sentry.
Oh, well, it's unbelievable, honestly. They must have had vision there, and he's right. They did have vision. I've spoken to like Adam343, assistant coaching, I think, for Boom, about how a lot of times at TI, it's always that mentality as players that it's like you always have to check. Like they've never warded here before. We know where they put all their wards, but it's TI. We have to check to make sure there's a ward. You know, it's just that like that reassurance, right? But I can't imagine like the hollow feeling that you get when you just search for a ward that just isn't there. you know?
But it's like
gonna be at
your
the back
core
of
just died, and he's like, oh, this was warded. Yeah. Oh, okay. It was a smoking. Oh, okay. Oh, my favorites. It was warded and it's a smoking.
You check the replay and it's both.
You check the replay, it was neither. They just walked in vision to your guy and he just died.
Listen, sometimes it's about the mental game. You got to play the mental support game.
Yeah, but in the game, you know, you can't say that to your team. You can't be like, oh, I saw everything, guys. I just was not paying attention. My bad.
Right. That never works out very well when you chat to your teammates. Guys, we have wards. We literally saw them. Just say unlucky and then keep moving.
Rest is admit your fault. It's my bad, team. That's it.
Welcome to the support life. I see you've learned. You've been on both ends, haven't you?
Yeah, don't worry. I loved being like, oh, this was warded. You could see it though. Every time that the sentry's placed, and they like stop moving for half a second, and they just get like, we both know the same thing.
What do you think is the most self-delusional thing Dota players say to themselves? I'll go with cores. Is it A, that was warded, or I died under ward? Or is it B, I don't need BKB this game?
I feel like the ward thing. I think more often than not, BKB gets bought, it just doesn't get clicked over time.
Gotcha. I see why. He'll get out of there. That was a close one, but he knew his trees. Isn't that what Speed says? Know your trees? Yeah, son.
There was it. The hook into the Requiem.
Yep.
Is it the first hook into Requiem?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's the second big Requiem we've seen. The first one was used for the kill mid lane onto RCY. Oh, Whisper! Speaking of RCY, he's just gonna go blink black hole. Yuma waiting for him there. Nothing they could do with the BKB active. Yuma up to the high ground now with Daedalus. BKB ready to go and an Aegis for 1 minute and 40 seconds. Okay. Heroic makes it moves across the map. Guardian? Okay. Put it there.
Oh yeah, that was really cool force stuff by King Jungles. If he like held it for a half second, he forced the Phoenix into his Starbreaker.
Oh, going in, but so is Yuma. He blinks in, takes down Bignum, blinking into the Static Storm. King Jungles alive on just about 2 minutes. Make it out.
Have we seen a Doom?
We saw literally one.
It was the one where he got ganked by 4 people. Like
yeah, and then he was like 10 HP, and then he spitefully doomed the Clockwork. Yeah. No, it's been, and that's why I wanted to ask you, because I felt similarly about the Abaddon gameplay in Game 1. Not to overly focus on one particular hero. Dota is a very complex game. That disclaimer aside, you know, I don't know if it's like really up in Yamsum's, you know, favorite play style here. These kinds of more utility-based carries, you could call them.
Yeah, I would say like when I think of him, like his best heroes, it was like Faceless Void or those are like the first two that like jump to my mind, or like Sven. It's like heroes that like farm kind of fast, and then they have like good teamfight impact, and they scale. Whereas I feel like these are more like kind of like you said, like either utility, or they're like these like faster paced heroes. And I feel like the way that they work, like think of Doom, right, as a carry.
Right.
It's like sure you do scale with a lot of items, or Abba's a better example. Sure, you do still scale with better items, but it's like if you're only playing for those items and you never fight, you're always gonna feel like you're weaker than the other guy because they scale better with items.
Schofield's gonna get away. Like a rat along the lines. He is out of there, breaks the smoke gang. And you know what? It's kind of impressive. He even evades a Yasha and Kaya Fissure. So those come out pretty speedy from Fade. They're just running in. He's just running back on in. And he's wasted the Static Storm. Analog, he will finally eat this Doom, but the Requiem's good enough to get the Phoenix out of the fight. Trapped on enemy lines as Schofield. Hookshot out. It's not going to connect, but he's saved by the Solar Guardian. Now in trouble, Yamsum. No BKB to protect them. The EMP buying him a little space and time as he starts farming up the Ancients back to his core instincts. But down he goes to Yuma, who will run around the opposite side of the triangle and get the second kill of the Gazer, and he's looking for more. He just blinks up to the high ground. Oh my goodness.
Is it GG?
I think it's GG.
There's still an egg. There's still an Echo Slam.
I don't. You know what? We haven't
There's a
talked
Cataclysm.
about not seeing dooms. Have we seen an egg this game?
Oh, wait. I don't
Dude,
thi-
that's how you know he's
I
American.
don't
The
think
price of
so.
eggs these days. He's not even used one.
Oh, they're scared. I just, yeah, I feel like there hasn't been, even the Echo Slams. Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, there was a solo Echo Slam mid that he just died because he did it alone.
Right, before. Yeah,
On like the tier
before
2,
he-
right? When he like blinked on the tier 2 and like solo
Ye-
echoed Enigma, but then he
Yeah,
died
it was the
anyway.
Cataclysm reveal. Yeah, we've
Yeah,
seen one
but he didn't even get a
Cataclysm or
kill.
two. I just feel
Huh.
like Fade's just got to connect a fissure and be like, that's the guy, we're going to kill him. Like, they just got to do it once. It's like riding a bike, you know? You got to do it.
Okay,
This is a good opportunity.
Wait, look
There it is! With into the Cataclysm, Yuma, he's in a lot of trouble, but he does have a Satanic. Look at the damage he's dealing. The Glimmer Capes, the 4 staffs away. It's not going to be good enough to save Fade here. Yuma able to easily, that was a 9-second BKB. Holy moly, they bring in reinforcements as well. King Jungles joins the fray, but RCY has been patiently waiting for this moment. BKB's expiring into the black hole, counter initiation speed. He's in a little bit too close. And speed, he's already used the Supernova. A huge Requiem on top, and they just call it. GG?
It looks so good. I think the Tormentor actually tanked one of the Sunstrikes.